Daddy, I'm coming back on me and the baby. I miss you, just waiting on your call. I love you. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
As promised, Blueface has finally been released from prison. His sentencing was delivered without any drama or delays. He left as if it were just another day in the life of one of the most erratic individuals in hip-hop. His mother, Chrisean Rock, was already acting like a woman possessed, even though the majority of people were still processing the news. She was organizing everything, including balloons, guests, and floral arrangements. And not just any party.
That's all I'm saying.
So yeah, but me being at the party with all his people that he deals with is not. That's not gonna make me happy.
So y'all not coming to the coming home party?
If all his that you've invited are gonna be there,
I didn't invite nobody.
Girl,
you seen the whole list? Who on that list?
He invited them then. He on FaceTime invited every single one of them.
Oh, you talking about?
So there's no reason for me to.
I don't even think that girl. They like that.
There's no reason. They've all right. So there's no reason for me to be a part of this.
But that's
if he wants to do a family, like I don't want him though. I want him to stop doing that. It ain't about wanting him.
It's about like your position is already solidified.
I would like him to stop doing that, and I would like that if he gets out and he wants to do a family meetup at BJ's and whatever at bonfire at the beach. That sounds great. But when it comes to a little party that he's trying to do with everybody, no.
So you guys are not coming to perform at the coming home party?
I don't need to be around
him.
This was the official homecoming celebration for Blueface. The king's return to his castle, or more precisely, the chaos's return to its original source. However, not everyone in Blueface's life was excited to pop bottles and throw confetti. While Chrisean was in full-on party planner mode, making calls and pulling strings like she was organizing a presidential inauguration. Actually, one of the most significant individuals in his life.
Yep, everything is out, y'all. He ain't playing. Guess you won't need this anymore. Time for the PM, y'all. This is real. Yeah.
Jaden Alexis, his first baby mom, has no interest in getting involved. Not a wave, not a text, not even a brief visit to say, congratulations, she's gone. And don't believe her if you think she's just being dramatic. Jaidyn was quite clear about her position. If that party is going to be full of the typical circus of drama, side women, and industry groupies, she doesn't want to attend. I don't feel happy around people he deals with, she said. For me, that is hardly a peaceful environment. And you know what? One individual in particular is already agitating the situation as if she were in the kitchen.
Hello world. This is a message for Chrisean Rock Malone. I accepted you back in with open arms so you can get on your feet. Ultimately, so my son can get on his feet. I offered you money just so you could solely focus on our son taking his first steps before his second birthday. I don't need you. I don't know what the jewelry heist ransom story you got going on is about, but if you have the funds to get your own space, you're more than free to do that. I thought I was doing you a solid, you know.
Blueface's most unruly baby, mom to date, is Chrisean Rock, since Christian is supposedly preparing to crash the party like it's an Anita. Episode of Love and Hip Hop, Restraining Order Edition. This is when things really start to get complicated. Whether or not she's on the guest list, rumors have it that she is getting ready to storm the gates, has packed her boots, and is doing her best. A few weeks prior to the party preparation, The Shade was singing a totally different tune, so let's take a moment to travel back in time and revisit this untidy soap opera.
This is what I do. This is what I do, man.
baby crying. Sit down, girl.
She shared a sorrowful, faceless video called Dear Blue, in which she opened up about her feelings. She apologized, confessed, and begged Blueface to return home in the video, sounding like a woman still in love. "I'm returning with the baby, Daddy. You are missed. Awaiting your call. I cherish you. I apologize. I apologize for all of this." She had more in mind than simply returning. On an emotional level, Sis desired to return physically to his home. Her possessions were literally flying out the door of the same house where Blueface got her evicted, as seen live online. The same location where, like she was an undesired Amazon box, his father assisted him in packing her belongings and throwing them outside. Let's not mince words. In front of millions of people, he publicly humiliated her. Blueface ensured that it was seen by everyone. Like a yard sale, her baby's clothes, makeup, hair products, and dignity were all spread out on the sidewalk without anybody asking. Christian still desired to return in spite of everything. What changed then? It seems that Blueface had a change of heart. That's what he wants us to think anyway. Chrissy received a pre-recorded voice note from him allowing her to return to the house.
First time seeing it. Oh, God. And it did. It crushed my heart a little bit. It did. But I love all my kids no matter what I told you, whether they slow, need a helmet, whether they got nappy hair, whether they short, funny looking. I love all my grandkids, but I ain't gonna lie. My first initial thought when I saw him in that restaurant, it crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans was doing something to the pictures or, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say it was to that.
It wasn't love, though not at all. One thing became brutally obvious from his message. He was doing it for their son, Junior. In the tape, he stated, "I accepted you back in so you can get on your feet. In the end, so my son can stand up." Let's take a moment to consider that line, stand up. That wasn't a casual remark. The fact that anyone was following this was a silent bombshell. Ness is fully aware of what he was implying. Rumors that something is wrong with baby Junior's development have persisted for almost 2 years. By their first birthday, the majority of children are walking. Junior is still not. Because of his body language, facial expressions, and delayed motor abilities. The internet has even given his purported illness the term Dutchat syndrome. Despite being harsh, it has gone viral. For months, people have been speculating,
like, why lie like that? Why play like, oh, at least getting him to walk? Bro, you don't even know what's going on.
If you have a roller bag, please
you don't even know what's going on.
Sideways like
you don't. He don't know what's going on.
Put your
like
roller bag in sideways.
He the only nigga, only father I see that try to tear down his kid. I'm always with my son. Like, why y'all keep trying to do that?
Put that roller bag in wheels in first.
That's crazy. I took off a whole year. My son had all the attention, all the care he needed. I don't, that's weird. Y'all want me to show stuff and, no, it's none of y'all business. Talking about why is your son not walking? Who said that? That's what I'm saying. His daddy want to be hurtful right now, petty right now.
Particularly when videos of him sobbing loudly went viral online, raising questions about whether he was experiencing more than just growing pains. Furthermore, the court of public opinion has not been kind to Cayenne, who has vehemently defended her son and denied any problems. Her actions during her pregnancy have drawn criticism. The altercations, the drugs, the drinking, and the viral videos of her still attending clubs. As high as a kite. The internet has been adamant about her being blamed for the delays, according to critics. However, the fans weren't the only ones, not at all. Carissa, Blueface's own mother, also stepped up, and let's just say she didn't mince words. She sobbed during an emotional Instagram live, remembering the moment she saw her grandchild for the first time. Her words, "It crushed my heart." I couldn't tell if he was staring at his mother or at me in the air. I was harmed, was my initial thought. When I met him, I realized that what I had been reading online was true. Then the knockout blow was delivered. When it came to airing Chrisean in public, Blueface himself went all out. He posted on Twitter that she smoked in Rotterdam Hospital, partied all during her pregnancy, and was unable to even take a break for their child's health. It was barbaric. In addition to being frigid, it set the internet on fire. Naturally, Chrisean clapped back. "Why would you play with our son like that?" she said live, almost crying. "Why harm me with him? I've been doing everything for Junior," she says. To devote herself to him, she underwent therapy, went to the doctor, and gave up her job for a year. When she said, "You don't even know what's going on," she was clearly upset. "Our son is with me every day. He's adored. He is taken care of. He's all right." However, reports claim that Chrisean was more than just harmed behind the scenes. She was enraged. She felt taken advantage of, utilized as a pawn in Blueface's perverse power struggle. He didn't ask her to return for love or to make amends. In order to assist his kid in getting back on his feet and make himself appear like the hero, he invited him back as a charity case. What did she do then? She repacked everything. She filmed every step of the process as she left his residence, this time on her own terms. She displayed the closet, drawers, and nurseries. She revealed that, contrary to what he said, her belongings were never stored. They were gathering dust in his Corvette. She said, "He gave me an ultimatum. Return on his terms with a diabolical sense of control." "No," I replied. "We are now back in the present. Party preparations are underway. Carissa and Jaden Alexis, her assistant, are planning the lavish welcome home event. Here's the catch though. Not even the primary assistant, Jaidyn, wants to come. Why? Because Blueface's guest list is essentially a roll call of all the women who have ever been at odds with one another. Flings, old flames, side pieces, and exes. Jaidyn is unwilling to enter a conflict area while posing as a partygoer. She's worn out. Peace is what she wants. To keep things low-key, she has even proposed a beach bonfire or a smaller family meal at BJ's in her view.
Guys, Vince, tell me what we doing.
Man,
We moving my shit in my other house. Real, bro, like what the is happening? That's crazy, bro. Gotta get the baby stuff. Chrisean, Jesus, let's go to our new home. First, Mama gotta pick up the Maybach truck. Then we on our way home. We're going on our... Yo! Just in case they try to say I left the house dirty, this how I left it. Cause they f***ing lying. And then they try to say, oh, we had her stuff at storage. No, y'all had my stuff. Y'all had my stuff back here in the Corvette. Look, this is where they had my stuff at. Hiding in the Corvette. This is some of my stuff. Look, the baby stuff. He ain't show y'all everything because he lied. It was never in storage. It was all at his house, hiding. They hid my, Blueface hid my, gave me an ultimatum to come back home on his terms, on some demonic. He never kicked me out, and the house was never.
Something genuine, something serene, yet she is aware that's not the Blueface way. Since regulations don't apply in her world, Chrisean is said to be attending the party regardless of whether she is invited or not, on the list or banned. She brings something in, she does it every time. Social media is already divided. While some admirers applaud Jaidyn for maintaining her composure, others are waiting for the blow to hit. Jaden doesn't even want to be in the mix, one person commented. And Chrisean is pleading to get on the fucking flyer out here. We all know Rock is going to show up and show out, someone else said. She's a drama queen. Jin's decision to pursue peace is not my fault. Jaden is the version of crying we all hoped for, was the comment that truly got to me. Mature, tranquil, and growing while Rock remains stagnant in Season 1. The million-dollar question is now, what happens if Jaidyn, Chrisean, Carissa, and Blueface all wind up living together? Are fists going to fly? Are there going to be drinks thrown? Or will someone at last decide that peace is more important than performance? Time will tell. Tell us then what you believe will actually occur on the night of that homecoming party, and who is right and who is wrong. Because if we've learned anything from history, it won't end until something breaks. And something constantly happens in this household.